I'd like to briefly tell you guys my story about some gold that was actually stolen from me and how it led to me making a change in how I store my metal. So I'll be real open and honest with you guys here. I did have a home safe with some gold eagles and maple leafs stored in it. The safe was hidden from view, was actually hidden in the back of a closet. It was a key safe, and the key was located actually in a separate room. The gold had been delivered discreetly to me. I never really told anyone what I had. So I thought I was being careful. I thought I'd done what I was supposed to do to keep it, stored safely and quietly. I know now that I was a bit young and naive at that time, but I did every single thing that you're told to do to keep it safe. Unfortunately, we were away from the house for about a week. A burglar did get into the house. He found the safe. He crowbarred it open and stole almost all the gold that I had at the time. We got back home and I immediately saw what had taken place, and I became instantly angry and sick to my stomach. We called the police and they did take fingerprints, but they couldn't identify any. And the bottom line is they couldn't really help us. Uh, I called my homeowner's insurance policy and they couldn't really help us. So not only did I lose my gold, I had no recourse. I had no way to get it back or to be made whole. So this was obviously very traumatic to me. And it made me realize that by keeping my gold at home, I am at risk of not only losing it, but putting myself and my family at risk. Now I understand why they say a home safe doesn't really guarantee anything. A home safe only buys you time and a little bit of that. So you can read the full story if you like on our website. It's the article titled Robbed of My Gold, Learn from My Mistakes. The bottom line for me is that it changed how I personally view bullion storage, and it made me conclude I just don't want it in the house. So now I use our allocated storage program as well. So let's jump in. There's a lot of things to discuss about storage, and let's start with you, Mike. The one question that actually might help people understand professional storage a little bit better, and that is, why do you use it?
Well, there's a bunch of different reasons, but I don't want to have a bunch at home. It can make you a target. And because I'm a sort of a high profile person, I speak about gold, I write about gold, people think that I have it at home. I want people to know I don't have it at home. I keep it at Brinks. But there's a whole bunch of reasons beyond just the added personal safety that you have when you don't have it at home. It's much more liquid. You can buy it and sell it at any time. As long as gold stays in the vaulting system, it doesn't need to be assayed. You know that it's authentic. It's fully insured. There's no possibility of things like counterfeits or anything else getting into this system. And then you're basically, Brinks storage is sort of like hiring a storage facility where you're going to store some goods, except this comes with armed guards. I mean, there's guys with guns standing around protecting this. And then the security level, I mean, they have seismic sensors so that they could tell if somebody was trying to chisel in from the ceiling or tunnel up from underneath it. This is really high-tech, high-security stuff. And the fact that I can log onto my account and I can sell it back at any given moment and lock in a price. I can buy more and add to it without any hassle or, I don't have to be there for delivery. There's just all sorts of different advantages. And it's audited on a regular basis. Alex will get into that a little bit more later, but the list goes on. And then there's geographical diversity. I've got some in Hong Kong, some in Singapore, some in Toronto, Canada, and some in Salt Lake City. So those are the main reasons that I use storage. I feel a lot better about it. And, for somebody buying gold and silver for their first time, I don't make recommendations, but they might want to take delivery of one gold coin just to hold it in their hand because it's really cool to plop an ounce of gold into somebody's hand from like a foot high. They really know that there's something special about it then. There's something about the way it feels. But other than that, I just think it's a lot safer. It's fully insured. I mean, if you go with a safe deposit box or you store at home, if you store at home, you'd have to add it to your homeowner's policy. And there you're disclosing to people, and there's people in the office, and those people have friends. And if you've got to come up with a list of everything that you own and you send that into the insurance company, I mean, an employee could forward that to somebody else. It's just, to me, not a good idea. A safe deposit box, FDIC insurance covers your deposits, not your deposit box. So those are the reasons.
Okay, thanks, Mike. Alex, in your view, what's the advantage that storage really has over personal delivery?
Yeah, Jeff, I think Mike covered it relatively.